Hey, this is your brother Judah Hud. Hey, I just want to borrow your time for a second. Hey, I was looking at a sermon by Minister Khalid Muhammad, Nation of Islam. You know, he branched out away from Farrakhan and he started the new Black Panther back in the 90s. Hey, the old saying, this is even on Public Enemy record, I think it's Rebel Without Pause. Bass, how low can we go? Yeah, that song, I'm thinking, where he stated that once we were bought here, we will rob our names, our culture, our God, and by the way many of us act, we even lost our minds, you know. When we came over here, we was taught a foreign way on what marriage is. Now, if you do your research, you'll find out that we were kings and queens back in our original state. But over here, we're servants over here, if you haven't noticed. Okay, so we took on their traits, we took on their religion, their culture, their way of doing things, their diet plan, the meats and stuff like that, toxic foods, drugs, and all that stuff. So, yeah, we were robbed of many things, but at the same time, it's not like that you can get those things back. And the best way of getting those things back, and I'm talking about your original state, your culture, or the Most High, coming back to the Most High, is through wisdom and intellect. Okay, so let's keep this based on marriage here. Okay, so marriage back in our original state was consummation. Okay, and it still should be consummation, because if you enter into a woman's womb, you are responsible. So what weak men do, they hit and quit. What real men do, we hit and stay, pretty much. Or you can just twist the words around to make it sound better. We stick and commit instead of stick and quit, if that sounds better, okay? So we have to realize that women are followers by nature, okay? Not unless she's dealing with a whole bunch of testosterone and masculinity within her, which is pretty much taught over here in this culture, not necessarily our culture, okay? So real marriage, true marriage, is that. You know what I'm saying? United States of America, they say, well, you're not married. That doesn't make you married. You're married through this piece of paper in which you have to pay for and we have to give you, you know. But in biblical marriage, it consists of intimacy, ceremony, and a ketubah. A ketubah is necessarily because you want to leave your family with a wealth, with anything that you have. You don't want to leave it left behind. You don't want to leave it for your wife and your kids. Here in America, not unless you have a will, the government would take it. So the government is your daddy in your marriage. He's part ownership in your marriage because of the serial numbers and identity numbers, the registration number on your marriage certificate. So whatever floats your boat. You know what I'm saying. But the reason why I'm making this video is because I was also looking at a scripture where Paul was talking about fornication. Let every man have his own wife, and every wife have her own husband, And although it doesn't say anything about polygyny, you know what I'm saying? I don't know why it don't say anything about polygyny. Well, I do know why it do not say anything about polygyny, because I don't want people to think that I'm biased. You know what I'm saying? In our culture, if you want to be monogamous or you want to be polygamous, it's up to you. Whatever floats your boat. Is a big argument, camp versus certain camps as far as that topic. So whatever floats your boat, so be it. You know what I'm saying? But the idea of that particular scripture was involving fornication, and I like breaking this stuff down to you. So in other words, Paul is stating, okay, it's too much sexing going on. Y'all need to get married. Y'all need to quit elfing that person, this person, that person, this person, and that person, and that person. Get married and settle down, because it's unclean. It's defiled, It's wrong, So the idea of what I'm stating here is that if you know the real meaning of marriage, you would think twice before you stick. You know what I'm saying? And women, you will think twice before you allow a man to stick, because you know it's a huge responsibility on both parties. You know, you ladies, you are treasures to us. You know, God gave you to us as treasures, to men. You know, and inside of that treasure chest is a whole bunch of silver, gold, diamonds, and stuff like that. And as a man, we must provide and protect. You know what I'm saying? And we must keep maintenance on these valuable items, these diamonds, golds, and silvers in that treasure chest. You know what I'm saying? We must keep a safeguard. You know, that's our responsibility. You know, but at the same time, you know, women, you have to be a joy to us. When we open up that treasure chest and we see all this glitter and all this shine to it, it brings joy to a man. And how you do that is through feminine energy. You know what I'm saying? I know one thing, I don't want no ugly treasures in my treasure chest. You know what I'm saying? You pull it open, there's a whole bunch of fake jewelry, a whole bunch of broken up, rusted copper and stuff like that. That's a big turn off. You know what I'm saying? So we all played the field, you know, back in the our younger days. You know, I'm 53 years old, and you have to look at life like this. You know, I probably only have 20 more summers left. You know, so we all played the field. You know, that song Rick James, Mary Jane. You know, a lot of us fellas, many of us fellas, we had a Mary Jane before. You know. And I'm not talking about a joint. When Rick James, he wrote that song, he was talking about a woman with a metaphor to it, you know, that promoted marijuana. You know, she liked to spread her love and turn many heads around. You know, a lot of us, we had that type of girl, you know what I'm saying? But in all actuality, you know, we were weak mans because we became one of those guys that she turned heads around with, you know what I'm saying? But if we knew, fellas, if we knew our culture and we knew the laws and ordinance of God, you know what I'm saying? You don't impart into that type of intimacy. The best intimacy that you can give a girl, give a woman, is spiritual and mental. In all actuality, intimacy starts in the mind, you know what I'm saying? You know, it intrigues, you know, it arouses, it starts in the mind. So if you're able to impart wisdom, if you're able to impart spirituality into your potential spouse, mind or spirit, whatever you want to call it, soul, you know what I'm saying? It would make the relationship, the love, even greater, because she knows she can receive more than just physical interaction with you. She can receive spiritual and mental, which makes her full and makes her fulfilling, you know. I'm going to mention another song, Houdini, because I'm a hoe. You know I'm a hoe. I rock 3 different girls after every show. And for y'all women, y'all have to be careful who you allow to choose to be your man. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing I know that, you know, you ladies don't like being cheated on, right? So if you feel like he's a hoe and, you know, and you slept with him because you knew he was a hoe, you know, you wanted to see what it was like, you know, what's the hype about this guy and stuff like that, you know, that's pretty much your fault. You have to, when he do cheat, you have to really choose wisely and allow someone to choose you correctly. You know what I'm saying? So you have to present yourself as a potential spouse. You have to present yourself as a feminine wife. You have to present yourself as a helpmate. And man, we have to present ourselves as a king. We have to present ourselves as alpha male. We have to present ourselves as a protector and a provider, you know. So we have to get back into those things, you know, because if you look around us, our families are broken, you know, our homes are broken, our community is broken, you know. And not only that, fellas, we have to get back into, you know, just like Grandpapa and Grandma and them did back in these days, you know, the fellas, you know, they went out to work and, you know, in my family, they put their money together and they bought land, they bought houses and resources, you know, and now everybody's selfish with their money. They don't want to, and I'm talking to the mans right now, they don't want to come together and put their money together to invest. Everybody else doing, all the other coaches are doing it. You know, we need to get back into that, you know, because I'm quite sure that my father and my grandmother, their parents taught them well. And that's just something that we want to teach our children also, no matter what the world teaches them. You know, a lot of things that we see and want to do, we learn from celebrities. You know, they are the new idols now. You know what I'm saying? If the celebrities do this, the children going to want to do that. But if they're grounded in what true biblical marriage is, you know what I'm saying, they will always return back. Well, not always. Most likely they will return back to the way they was brought up. You know, for instance, myself, you know, I was brought up, you know, believing in the Most High, you know, ran into the world, but eventually I came back to the Most High because I remember the training and, you know, and how my family were as far as the Most High, you know, it led me back to him, you know. So it's you should train the child in the ways of you know, whichever direction you go. Hopefully it is good, because if you train a child the wrong direction, he's going to be more fucked up than you are, you know. So the reason why I'm making this video is particularly, you know, is for relationships. I'm not going to dig deep into further, pull out scriptures and stuff like that, but, you know, there's order to marriage, you know what I'm saying? And once you become a certain age, you know, you want to be 53 years old, 60 years old, still sticking and quitting. There comes a time that, you know, you have to settle your butt down and, you know, do things right, you know. And women, you have to hold us accountable, you know, to what a true man is, you know. But at the same time, that don't allow y'all to get away and you know, and be such a noise to us. You know, we want y'all because it brings us peace. You know what I'm saying? And if we have peace, we'll go out there and give you the world. You know, we go out there and sacrifice. We go out there and do wonders and stuff, because, you know, when you bring us peace and you have us feeling like a king, we go out there and do king shit. You know, just for you. You know, that's real talk. You know. Yeah, this was in my spirit, so I just wanted to pull that out my hat, you know, and bring it to the table. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, before you even thinking about intimacy, you know, you should think twice, because it comes with a price. It comes with responsibility. You know, the world, United States of America, they teaches you something different. They teach you that it's okay to stick. It's okay to fornicate. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, and if you want to get married, you know, it's going to cost you, and it's going to cost you this paper, and we own a part of your marriage, you know what I'm saying? But not knowing that, you know, once intimacy is involved, you know, you are already married spiritually. The soul ties, you know, spiritually, right? Mentally and physically. And in God's eyes, he holds you accountable because, you know, you are married, or you're supposed to be married, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but yeah, that's the order, and I don't want people to get this mixed up. You know, okay, well, you know, Minister Judah Hud said, you know, if I stick, you know, you're my wife. You know what I'm saying? No, they don't work like that. It comes with a real, true commitment. It comes with a ketubah also. It comes with contracts. You know what I'm saying? It comes with provision and protection. We have to remember that. And ladies, you got to, once again, hold us accountable. Choose wisely. And that's the reason why I put that story on Facebook. You know, I know I shared the UKG music to an international player, you know, but I did not put the cussing and stuff in there. I just put pretty much the music in there, you know, and we should choose wisely. You know, you choose her, make sure you choose wisely. You know, if he's choosing up on you, make sure you choose wisely on who's choosing up on you. Okay, y'all be blessed. Okay, this is your boy Judah Hud. Thanks.